Islam is the most powerful religion that gave women agency and space. Whether we want to call that feminism in the Western term or not, it doesn't matter. Women in Islam has very powerful space, very powerful, very independent agency. And unfortunately, since the death of the Prophet till today, this agency and space has been manipulated, hidden, secluded, marginalized. My main focus is on Islamic feminism, and my dissertation mainly revolves on a sermon by Zainab, the granddaughter of the Prophet. She's a Muslim historical figure of the 7th century. And by examining her sermon, I am trying to extrapolate the role of women in Islam, which contradicts the modern Western perspective on Muslim women.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, Sister Moina, and thank you so much for joining us today. And it's a real honor to have you with us today and to have this opportunity to hold this interview with you.
Alaikum assalam. Thank you.
Would you mind briefly introducing yourself to our audience?
Okay, so my name is Moina J. Maaz. I am currently an ABD in a PhD program in California at Claremont Graduate University in Religious Studies. If you're not familiar, ABD is all but dissertation, which means I finished all my coursework and all the exams. All I have left is my dissertation in order to earn my PhD. My main focus is on Islamic feminism, and my dissertation mainly revolves on a sermon by Zainab, the granddaughter of the Prophet. She's a Muslim historical figure of the 7th century. And by examining her sermon, I am trying to extrapolate the role of women in Islam, which contradicts the modern Western perspective on Muslim women. I have a training in philosophy. My bachelor was in philosophy, a master's in humanities. So I have a good academic background that's helping me do what I do right now.
Okay, that's great. So today we'll just have a short and informal conversation. Let's just start with this Islamic feminism. So I would like to ask you that, how do you define Islamic feminism?
There are two different ways to define it. If you're asking me, I would like to know, are you implying Western perspective because this is where I live and this is where I had my education, or as a Muslim woman? So I would like to know which route you want me to take.
Of course, as a Muslim woman.
I believe, and I have researched, and I know that Islam is the most powerful religion that gave women agency and space. Whether we want to call that feminism in the Western term or not, it doesn't matter. Women in Islam has very powerful space, very powerful, very independent agency. And unfortunately, since the death of the Prophet till today, this agency and space has been manipulated, hidden, secluded, marginalized. So that's how I see feminism within Islam.
Okay, great. One of the points that today women are involved with, especially Muslim women, is justice. So I would like to ask this question from you. What is justice for women in your opinion? Of course, in an Islamic context.
I mean, justice is a really broad term. If we're talking about justice in marriage life, justice in inheritance, there's 100 things. So if you're not intending to focus on one area, I feel that Islam treated women not as equal. She is different than man, but Islam provided her with a level of justice that is tailored according to her biological and social role. So it is tailored for her. But let's say to give a 100-pound man a pound of meat to eat and give a 50-pound woman 100 pounds of meat to eat, this is not justice. She has to be given something according to her weight, because a man needed that amount of food to sustain his system. She doesn't. So if we want to look at justice like, okay, whatever I give the man, I have to give the woman. This is not what Islam does. Islam does it tailored justice to her own needs and role.
Okay, so as I understood, you mean that equality is not justice.
No, not in that perspective. It's not.
Okay, great. But in the world of today, we have a lot of problem, especially because of Islamophobia. We have a lot of problems for Muslim women that they face today, especially when they have hijab. So how do you think that Islam can support the rights of Muslim women in the world of today?
If you want to focus on hijab, what I believe, the woman has first, a Muslim woman, before asking about her rights or how Islam supports her attire, she has to know what is hijab, why was it implied, what does it do, what's its role, what are their benefits. Then she will look at how Islam supports it. So my main advice / belief is that Muslim women have to know they shouldn't endorse rituals, wearing hijab or doing other rituals out of tradition and culture. There should be some kind of research and deep understanding of what Islam is requiring and why. And that's, once a woman delves into that, she will know how much Islam is supporting her agency, even by asking her to wear hijab. You mentioned Islamophobia. This is a whole different realm to discuss, because here, when I live here, I'm daily dealing with that every day. There's a Western attack on Islam, and the easiest door is versed through women, because women with hijab are portrayed as oppressed, marginalized, secluded. And we don't have enough Muslim women that really know what hijab is, therefore they can't answer if they're asked these questions. So if you take me as a Muslim women, I'm non-traditional Muslim woman in the West, because Muslim women should not be in academia. Muslim women should be silent. Muslim women shouldn't know. So when I represent the paradigm as a true Muslim woman, I encourage every woman to do that deep diving into how Islam and why Islam ordered the hijab per se.
So knowledge is one of the points that you would like to mention that is necessary for Muslims, especially for women, to know.
Absolutely.
To know more about their
Absolutely.
religion, to the philosophy of their hijab and these things.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
education is the point.
Education, by education, I don't mean social media clips or mini lectures. I mean a deep research-based search for the meaning of hijab or any other thing that they're struggling with, inheritance or marital rights or, domestic violence, anything. They should understand and read how Islam dealt with it. And this is what I'm doing with my dissertation, saying that lady said something in the 7th century that does not align with how Islamophobia is portraying women.
As the last question, as a Muslim researcher on Islamic feminism, what would you like the world to know about Islamic feminism?
I mean, it's a life thing. It's my life message to let the West know that Muslim women are giving agency, rights, independence in a context that's not given anywhere else, not in any other religion, not in any secular government or politics. They are given the rights that elevate them and empower them. That's my mission. That's what I look to prove.
Thank you so much for accepting our invitation. Jazakallah khaira. Inshallah, I hope.
Thank you.
This is just a beginning, and we will have inshallah more interviews and more cooperation in future with you and the scholars and professors like you, inshallah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Jazakumullah khair.